An ex-Royal Marine was forced to put down dogs at a Kabul shelter as the Taliban take Afghanistan's capital of Kabul. Former Royal Marines Commando Farthing set up a charity to save street animals in Afghanistan in 2007, and has issued a plea to the UK after the Taliban captured most of the country and swept into the capital. Speaking from his base in Afghanistan, Penn said in a Facebook video, "This is it. Everything we have worked for over the last few years is over." Plymouth Live reported that Penn said Taliban fighters were just 10 minutes away. He called on the government to step in and help the charity's staff reach safety in the UK and pledged, "I'm not leaving until they are safe." But, he said, some of the older, injured dogs at the shelter in Kabul would have to be put down. Well-wishers immediately pledged thousands of pounds towards his Operation Ark to get 25 Afghan staff and 200 of the charity's animals out of the stricken country as the Taliban move in. He also reserved scathing criticism for Western governments which, he said, had let down the Afghan people. Celebrities including comedian Ricky Gervais and actor Peter Egan have pledged their support as part of a campaign to raise funds and lobby the UK government for help. Speaking at Nowzat's Kabul headquarters with animal crates piled outside ready to take hundreds of dogs and cats to safety, he said, "It's game over for us. There is no tomorrow for the people of Afghanistan. This is it." "I always thought there was hope. I always thought the West was going to be there for Afghanistan. I'm so ashamed right now. I'm ashamed to be British. We have absolutely destroyed the futures of so many Afghans." What the heck was the last 20 years for? We have just sent Afghanistan back to the 1990s. Mr. Farthing was part of Kilo Company of 42 Commando Royal Marines who arrived in the town of Nowzat in Helmand Province in November 2006. On breaking up an organized dog fight, one of the dogs adopted him. Naming the dog Nowzat, Mr. Farthing brought the dog back to a new life in Devon, and founded the charity which receives support from all over the world. "The last 48 hours have been the most stressful and worrying of my life," he said in the video from Kabul. He introduced Afghan colleagues who, he said, might be on camera for the last time. The charity has trained more than 500 veterinary students in Kabul over the years. But, he said, all of that stops now. There is no more. It's heartbreaking. The staff here now are not safe. We have got to get them out, and the only place we can get them now is the UK. We are talking about 25 people and their immediate families. We are asking Boris Johnson to do the right thing and get these people out of Afghanistan. As a former Royal Marines commando, I am probably in a little bit of trouble if the Taliban come calling, but I am staying here until I know these guys are safe. I am not leaving my staff to whatever the Taliban are going to do in the coming weeks. Mr. Farthing pledged to get as many of the charity's rescued street dogs out of Afghanistan as possible, and launched a fundraising appeal to cover the estimated $200,000 cost of chartering a cargo plane to do it. Almost 100 dogs and 100 cats would be on the plane if it could be organized. But he said, some of the dogs are going to have to be put to sleep. There's no other option and it breaks my heart. The Taliban banned dog ownership when in power last time, and it's just too much of a risk. Never, ever did I want to put dogs to sleep. We are going to release some, but some of the older and more injured ones, we can't take them with us. It comes after military dogs belonging to members of the U.S. forces were evacuated. The animals could be seen on the runway at Kabul airport as American planes flew overhead. The dogs and their handlers waited to be picked up on the tarmac as hundreds of Afghans attempt to flee the Taliban. In a post on Twitter, a picture of the dogs on board a plane can later be seen and the ears of an animal clearly visible from the rear view picture. To donate, click www.nowzad.com.